Hey there, welcome. And if you are not aware, this is Michael Holmes with the Real University. And Real just simply stands for Renewing Excellence and Advancing Leadership University. Okay, it's a place to where you can be the real you. You know, who is that? First and foremost, what we have to do to find the real us, we got to find out what is our purpose. So, what we are calling ourselves and what is our mascot at the university, we are purpose pursuers. Okay, so a lot of people want you to be a part of something in order to pursue their purpose, in order to help them with their passion. Okay, and that's okay if that is your passion or purpose as well. But what we want you to do is not always to just jump in so that you can sell another pill, potion, lotion, wrap, or a tea. Okay, what we want you to do is to be able to find out and to delve into your inspiration. What is that is your passion and your purpose, and then find the tools necessary for you to do that. So guys, once again, this is Michael Holmes, and what I want to do today, we're going to talk about, are you working from home? We're going through the COVID thing going on right now. And also a lot of people are being, going to home and working. A lot of people are wanting not to go back to work after, coming home. So what we're going to do is help you to become financially prepared, and also to be able to take your business to the next level. Whatever it is that you're doing from home, if you're doing their job, which is your job from home, you want to be able to get your finances ready so that you're not totally dependent upon what's happening. If you have a business that you want to work from home, let me show you the ideal way that they suggest that you do. Even the IRS has starting your business, and if you follow those, they'll actually give you, show you how to access the money to start that. So we'll jump into that right after this. Hey guys, so what we want to do is, as we said, we want to dive into helping you to start working from home. If you're already working from home, right, what is the best way that you can carry out what you need to do, right? And the thing is, you have to work from a paradigm, a way of thinking, a philosophy in order to do it and execute it the right way. Because at your job, right, or at a another place that you may work before, they always have a way of you to execute their things. So when you go in and you clock into their job, they have a 1, 2, 3 ABC that you do each and every day, right? You don't have any problems with going in and duplicating that. If they had you come in and every day was different, you had to learn this new and you had to learn this new and you had to learn this new, then that wouldn't be something that you want to do, right? You want to have something where you have something that's duplicatable. So when you clock in, you're ready, and you know that once you learn it, you can do your best at it. So you do it every day. You clock in, you have that particular machine, or you clock in, you have that particular desk, or you clock in, you have that particular objective for the day. Okay, and so that's what we want to give you, a strategy, a 369 strategy, so that you can get to where you want to be. And why do we call that 369, right? And what I want to do, maybe reduce this just a little bit here. And I want to show why we call it the 369 strategy. And what we want to do is, our goal is to always keep it as simple as possible. Have you ever heard of the KISS? Right? That's the KISS, right? We want to keep it super simple, right? Because from the outside in, you want to be able to focus on your thing, your specificity, so that you can be the best you can be. But if you're always trying to learn something new, you're trying to learn business credit, you're trying to learn personal credit, you're trying to learn the financial portion, you're trying to learn about your 401k. You have to get those things in an area, so when you're learning them, it's not learning them like this, but you're learning them like this. Okay, how do you do that? You have to get yourself into a framework, and we have that framework and saying, hey, 369 strategy will help you to get 3 days. I'm going to show you how to get yourself more cash flow, right? Not income. because income is measured in dollars. Cash flow is measured in how long the dollar is going to last for you once the income stops. Okay. And then we want to do is in 6 weeks, we want to show you how to start implementing business income. That's important because business income is taxed less than your present W-2 job, okay? Because you want to be in a position to be able to use all of your money for your needs, okay? So the first thing you want to do is understand business income, how home-based business deductions, how to write off your lifestyle, okay? So those are the type of things that we want to learn first and foremost. And then within the 9 months or less, we want to show you how to have investment income, because we started working with something called cash asset cash. And that's a strategy, a wealth principle that is put into place from long, long ago. And cash asset cash simply says that take a little bit of cash and then get yourself an asset. That asset then becomes what? More cash. Okay. And then you're able to buy more assets, larger assets. Now you're able to do what? Your expenses are being paid for by your assets. So now the income comes in, has created cash flow. Because the income comes in, it's able to pay your expenses. And now you have the cash flow able to do the things that you want to do in life, able to do your current lifestyle, live your best life right now, right? We're all talking about, we want to do the vacations. We want to have the homes, the cars, whatever that may be for you, okay? But what we talk about is your individual purpose, what that may be. So we're talking about your thing that you want to be passionate about, how to get behind that the best way. And we use the 369 strategy to help you get there. And as always, what we want to do, we want to make sure that we do a testimony. And this testimony right here is from our own Chauncey Reed. He's our Mr. Grand Morning, right? And so what we want to do is just show you how it's easy to apply the strategies to your purpose. Not to where we're asking you to come in and sell something. No, we want you to come in and get your insides together financially, right? Mentally, so that you know that you can do your purpose and fulfill that calling, right? So let's take a look at Mr. Chauncey Reed.
Yes, sir, Mr. Curry.
All right, let's do it.
Yes, sir. Man, well, hey, before, got my camera. There I go. All right, yes, sir. Before joining my econ, man, I was one of those guys that I was in the military, did 22 years, and I thought everything was great. I retired, and when I retired, Uncle Sam said, you know what? You owe us over $7,000 in taxes. Now, when that happened, I was that guy that had the house, the picket fence, the wife, the kids, the dogs, all of that. And I had never paid taxes before. But I did like what most people did and did the opposite. Now, I put my head in the ground and thought that things were going to change to the next year. And of course, they did. I was hit again with another over $7,000 in taxes. That actually led me into more debt, and I ended up with over $22,000 in debt. After joining my econ, with just the first strategy alone, it brought back into our household over $1,200 a month. And I've been doing this for over 3 years, and every month that $1,200 extra dollars are hitting our account. Through all of the strategies that we teach, it not only stopped there, but it also helped us establish an emergency fund. We are, our credit, me and my wife's credit are both over 800 credit scores. And not just that, we are also investing. Till this day, we have cash flowed almost over $200,000 because of the strategies that we teach in my econ. So that's my testimony there, Mr. Curry. Hey, thank you for allowing me to hop on.
Hey guys, so you can see that was our own Mr. Chauncey Reed, Mr. Grand Morning. He is Executive Vice President Platinum with our My Econ services, okay? And so you can see how we use the strategies, the solutions to help ourselves personally become the best us that we can be, so that we can achieve our current lifestyle, so that we can get a better future lifestyle by understanding the wealth principles of cash, asset, and cash. Okay, so let's jump into, so you can understand how you can do that for yourself, right? So what we're going to do is jump right on into there we go. We're going to show you the presentation so that you can see as I talk. Sometimes that's easier for a lot of people to be able to watch that. So let me get into here right quick. Now, what I want you to be thinking of is this, okay? Your 369 financial transformation. Is this for somebody else? Okay, are we saying, hey, come in here so that you can come in and sell some things, or you can come in and actually make money by doing what? Recruiting others in here. No, we're saying come in and then understand by your enrolling, now have a home-based business because you're working from home. And now you have certain write-offs, deductions, lifestyle write-offs that you can use on money that you're already paying bills with. Okay, so let's go into that right now. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look into a few statistics. That's a little word for me. That's sometimes a little catches me off guard. Sometimes statistics, right? But what we want to do is we want to show that it's not about the pronunciation, but it's about what's going on. Okay, everybody knows that America right now is one of the wealthiest countries, if not the wealthiest country that is in the world right now. Okay, and what we want to do is look and see, okay, what is really going on, right? Because 69% of Americans can put their hands on less than $1,000, right? So how does that look for, going forward for our future? How does that look going, for the kids that are following, our children that are following behind us? We should be able to help them to start from a better position. But majority, almost 7 out of 10 Americans can put their hands on less than $1,000. Also, 68 million Americans have poor credit. So that means that there are 68 million Americans that are having to pay more interest. They're having to pay more debts. They're in more debt. Because there is what you can put your hands on the money. So of course you can't make the payments. So of course now you have bad credit. Okay, so it's not to highlight and to make anyone feel any less, right? It's to say, hey, there is a way out of this that's going to help us all, right? Now once you get to this position, you can see why 80% of Americans feel like they're falling behind. Right, so that's 8 times out of 10. If you're in a building, if you're in anywhere right now, I know we have a 6-foot rule, but if you're anywhere and you think about, you have 10 people, 8 out of those 10 people are not feeling good about their financial place right now. So that's number one. That's something to say, hey, it's not just happening in my circumstance, but it's also happening everywhere else. So now that kind of gets us up out of the comfort zone and say, hey, I can go ahead and let someone know that I need help in this area, because that's exactly what I did before my econ. See, before my econ, I was doing lots of things that were making money and income, but I didn't have the strategies and the solutions that were in place that could help me to stop me from losing the money that I was gaining. Because everybody knows it's not really what you make, but it's what you do with what you make, right? But the thing is, right now, wages are stagnant and the government really has no solution. So now it's our time to show you what there is a solution for, okay? Now, what I want to do is just to walk through a couple of things as you go through this process, right? And what I wanted to do is to show you our first and foremost, our objectives, okay? Now, our first objectives is to make sure that our current lifestyle and our future lifestyle is paid for, right? We want to make sure that there's in place. So your current lifestyle, that's your clothing, right? Your shelter, the cars, whatever it is that you're doing right now, so that you can have a comfortable living for you and your family, right? That there is paid for by labor. That's paid for by exchanging the time that you have, your precious time. You're exchanging that to a company and saying, hey, I have these hours available of my time. And they're exchanging saying, hey, we're going to give you money for that, right? So that's paid for by your labor. But your future lifestyle, right? You have to do something that's going to create something to help you in the future. So then we look into something like the 401ks and those types of things. Okay, so our future lifestyle is taken care of by investments. Okay, so that means we have to have assets that are taking care of that. But majority of the times, the problem of that is this: majority of us, as we just saw, about 80% feel like we're falling behind. So if that's the case, we barely have enough for the current lifestyle. And if that's the case, how can we be setting aside enough for our future lifestyle? Now, if you're thinking about that and you say, hey, that sounds like a situation that I'm in or presently going through, right? Do you have a plan to get yourself out of that, right? Because the government, Social Security, we know that's not there. That's not going to be there for you. Okay. I'm not making a prediction. I'm saying what they have said. They've already sent out letters saying that, hey, at the best, it's going to be about 3/4 left to be able to pay you. At the worst, it's not going to be there at all. And then there used to be a thing called pensions. A few people still have pensions. A few places may still be doing pensions, but really and truly, even if you're getting a pension, it's based to be 40% of what you were making. So if you're already having trouble on 100%, how can you get better? Okay, future on having 40% left. So many people are now having to go to the McDonald's, the Walmart, or second job to supplement their retirement where they're supposed to be having a great future lifestyle. Okay, how can we stop this? Right? There's four things that are in your way from you working from home, from you getting your purpose, from you being able to exact your passion of that business, of that calling, of that nonprofit to help the community, whatever that may be. You have to outline the strategies, okay, so that you can then identify the things that are in your way. We also have heard, if you're going through a course, they call it a SWOT analysis. It's your strengths, your weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats, right? And so, what we want to do is go over the threats, the four challenges that are in your way. The number one is inflation. Right? What is inflation? Everybody knows and have heard of it. Okay. Well, I know that it causes me to pay more money sometimes. But what is that? That's the cost of goods and services rising over time. That rate is about 4 to 6% every couple of years. So if you don't have something that is like your investments that is outpacing inflation, then your future lifestyle is being zapped. It's being killed. It's being destroyed, right? So when you get there, the money that you thought that you were saving is not going to be what you thought it was because inflation is so high now. The money that is there is almost of no use. Okay. So you got to have something to outpace inflation. If your job is not giving you a raise that is not more than 4 to 6%, and most raises on a job are not on the average that, okay? So what we got to do something to help that position, okay? So what we want to do is we want to make sure we have investments that outpace inflation, that we have something that is a cash asset cash, so that that asset is now creating for me a subsidiary or something that's not a subsidiary, but something that's on the side that's actually giving me more income so that it is helping me with my job that is not giving me the raises that I need. Okay. So that way that my buying power continues as I go through so that I can have a great current and future lifestyle. Okay. So the next challenge that is huge is taxes. Majority of the times, we don't even look at it the right way. Think about it like this. Your income tax is hitting you on the average about 30%. If you're a regular W-2 worker, it's about 30% of your income. The difference between your gross and your net, okay? And if that is happening, you think about it. If you're getting gross pay, right, but you're only bringing home the net, right? But when you do an application, the application is asking for your gross, so that then your budget is based upon your gross. So you're already 30% over budget before you even start, because you have not calculated the taxes. Okay. So therefore, it is taken 1/3 of your income. It is proven, it is already a stated fact that most Americans work from January, February, March, April just to pay Uncle Sam. Okay. And then they say, well, great. Well, I'll get it back at the end of the year. Are you getting 30% of your income back? Okay. And now I'm gonna leave it right there. Okay. And because we're making a balanced budget unbalanced based upon taxes, the biggest bill that we have to go into debt. Right? That debt then incurs because we got to take care of the current lifestyle so that maybe we can, pull stuff out and take care of the future lifestyle. So the debt is made to to hold that up. Okay. So now the debt carries though a penalty called interest. And if that's the case, right? So you got to pay back that amount of money. So if you are in debt now, the debt is taking up another 1/3 of your income. Because if you borrow 20,000 for the car, you're not going to pay back 20,000 over 5 years. If you borrow 100,000 for the house in 30 years, you're going to pay back 2.5 times. So that's a $250,000 that you're going to pay back from from a $100,000 house. So that's why it zaps another 1/3 of your debt. It is now removing more buying power from your future lifestyle. So then what happens? You got to go into looking into your big business because remember, we want to overcome the challenges. The tax debt is coming in taking 1/3, right? So now big business, consumerism, it makes our wants like needs. So now we gotta feel like we must participate. Maybe we're keeping up with the Joneses, okay? But it's even more basic than that. Like say for instance, this month right here is October. October, you have Halloween. You got to spend money there, right? Most of us, right? And then you got November, Thanksgiving, and all the other days there that they have allotted for you to spend money. Then December is Christmas. Then January, what you have there? It's newness. You got to start over again. So you want to get new, start, the new programs, right? You want to join the gym, so you're spending money there, right? And then it's February. It's times for the significant other, right? I can go on and on and on. But the thing is, it is getting us to where we're spending money that we don't have because we're feeling a pull to do so instead of getting ourselves into a paradigm and a right way of thinking and putting these things in the right areas so that we can spend the money the way that is best beneficial for us. Okay, so therefore big business is taking the final 1/3 of your income. This is why so many people can't put their hands on $1,000. This is why so many percentage of people have poor credit. This is why so 80% of America feeling like they're falling behind. This is why you're doing check to check. This is why there's more month at the end of the there's more month than there is money at the end of the month. Okay, because of these. Okay. So your goal is to understand the cash asset cash principle so that then you can get yourself to a place of understanding of what to do and when to do those things. Okay. And the biggest thing you got to do, what I'll help you with, and what anyone will help you with that is a part of that is a part of my econ associate, right? Our goal is because we have seen the success with our own and applying it to our own individual things. We want to show others how to do it themselves. Okay. It's not us saying, hey, buy this pill, potion, lotion, and then go out and sell it. And then that will make you to be able to do your purpose. No, we're saying, hey, make sure that you do one thing and to overcome the 4 lifestyle drainers, right? Understand how you're going to achieve your current and future lifestyle. Understand how to go in. And once you do these things, understand how to apply the solutions. And what are the solutions to these problems that I showed you, right? You have cash flow management. You got business income and you have investment income, right? And see, whatever you're doing, you have to keep it in the right context. You have to look at it and say, okay, where am I in the process of these things? Generally, if you've done anything like I've done before, because the goal is to get more income because I feel like I'm falling behind. The goal is to get more income because I got to get my credit better. The goal is to get more income because I got to put my kid through school, right? So the goal I got to get more income. So now it's a second job. Now I got to go through and find something else that I don't really want to do, but it pays more money, right? So we can't follow our purpose and our passion because the goal is to get more income. But when you get to understanding that you overcome the hurdles of inflation, taxes, debt, and then big business or less than adequate investments, right? When you get those things in line, then your cash flow increases. When you decrease your taxes, right? Then your cash flow increases. When you decrease your expenses, your cash flow increases. Then you can apply the cash flow to your debt. Then you can apply the cash flow to investments, and you can have greater investments. Then you have the acumen, the knowledge, the financial education that you can move around and apply what you need to your goals, to your future, to your purpose and passion. Understand how to do personal credit. Understand, what is business development. Understand, right, what is leveraging credit, what is actually owning a piece of America. Okay, because that is what we're taught, is how to do those things. Okay, because our biggest thing is to make sure that you understand how that you can be the bank. Because if you can understand how the banker's secret works, okay, the rule of 72, and I'm not going to go into that because I want to leave you with some curiosity. I want to understand that when you reach out, there's an understanding that I want to be better. I want to get better, because it's so many times that we have helped and say, hey, I want to start this new thing because it's shiny, or it's January 1st. I want to start it, but there's no follow through, right? So I want to get to a place to, hey, I feel like I'm being led, so that I want to get my purpose. I'm no longer wanting to do and wanting to push somebody else's purpose. I'm no longer wanting to just put my time and effort to fill somebody else's bank account. It's so many of us out there that are doing and trying to do our businesses and those types of things without having the necessary knowledge to do that. And in order to have that, either you got to get in and get it, read it, and consume it, or you're going to pay for it, right, with the actual cash, or you pay for it with the University of Hard Knocks through loss and failure. Okay, but it's a combination of those things that gets you to the place to where you want to be. Okay, you have to go through and fail faster. But while you're doing that, get the knowledge, get the information necessary to get you to where you want to be. Okay, because so many times, if you can see up on the screen there, that we're led and we're surrounded by the ego, which is the false evidence appearing real, right? That's failures, experiences, right? What other people say. Even you can see facts, and that are surrounding you. The facts that are surrounding you will keep you in that barrier. You can't look at things and always repeat what you see, right? That's only going to give you more of what you see. You have to get to a place to where you're over on the right, to where you take the actions over time, controlling the emotions, right? That gets you to a point of being purpose led, anchoring that with prayer, right? Understanding how you can be the real you, surrounding yourselves with a vision, with the mentors, with strategy solutions, right? So that you can be a disciplined or a person. Because the only thing that's going to get you to that next level, we can talk about it, we can shout about it, all of those things. The only thing that's going to get you to that next level is the disciplining of your emotions in order to create a better habit, in order to create a better character, in order to create a better lifestyle. That's the only thing that's going to get you where you want to be. You can continue going and say, hey, I'm going to ask this person about this. I'm going to ask this person about that. And I'm going to try to get a little bit of information here. Then I'm going to try to apply it here, right? You can continue doing that process, and you can continue watching others do that also. Or you can say, hey, I'm going to empty my mind of what I thought, because what I thought got me to where I am right now. And then I'm going to fill my mind with the things that I want to see in my life. Then I can start to see those things that I have filled my mind with, right? Because it's only going to go as it is. Garbage in, garbage out. First in, first out. Okay. And so when you get these things into a place, you can understand how you can do what you want to do from home. But first and foremost, you have to overcome the obstacles that are in your way, those hidden obstacles, right? You have to get the financial education, or you can leave it up to somebody else. You can leave it up to that job. There's nothing wrong with the job. It's great, it's necessary, it's needed, but it's this the point of the trust and the dependency of that has led us so far into where we are, right? All the jobs that were sent overseas, all the jobs that ended. It was even banks that needed to be bailed out. So at some point in time, we can't depend on the economy. You got to get to a point to where you're looking at your economy. That's why we call it my econ. That's why, not me, but that's why it's called my econ. It's your economy. It comes to a point to where the real you can only be expressed once you get the challenges of money, of finances out of the way. Then you can have the cash flow necessary to carry you through your purpose, your ideal goals. Okay. And that's when you're going to be the best that you can be. Until then, get with someone. If you're watching this, get with myself, right? And let's find out. Let's get your personalized cash flow plan together. Let's find out, when do you want to retire? How much do you want to retire with? What do you have left? What's going on with your pieces, okay? And let's get you to where you want to be, right? You want to work from home? Are you working from home? Let's keep you there. Let's understand home-based business deductions. Let's understand lifestyle write-offs, okay? And once you do that, everything can change for you. Okay. But once again, guys, this is Mike Holmes with the Renewing Excellence, Advancing Leadership. Okay. And what we do here is help you to be the real you. And we partner with My Econ, which has taught us how to take our businesses, how to take the real you, how to take the individual businesses that are within the real you to the next level. So the goal, we come together so that the raising of the tide raises all boats. All right. So you guys have a good one. I appreciate you. And as always, continue to pursue your purpose. Peace.